Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. This afternoon, Rosie Batty gave a remarkable speech that I and other members of parliament had the privilege of attending. She said about solving family violence in Australia that it's up to you, it's up to me, it's up to all of us. Will the Prime Minister join me again in renewing our parliament's commitment to do what we can to eliminate family violence in Australia?
Well, Madam Speaker, I do appreciate this question from the Leader of the Opposition, and yes, I am very pleased to join with him. I'm sure all of us would be very happy to link arms across this chamber in this very important cause. And who could not fail to be touched by the extraordinary story, the tragedy, but the resilience that has afflicted Rosie Batty, who is rightly and properly, triumphantly, the Australian of the Year this year. Madam Speaker, as a husband, as the brother of 3 sisters, as the father of 3 daughters, I find any violence against women and children absolutely abhorrent. Absolutely abhorrent. And my message, I'm sure the message of everyone in this chamber, to our brothers, to our sons, to our mates, because let's face it, overwhelmingly this is a problem of male perpetrators against female victims. Our message is no more. Never, ever again. And this is not a women's issue, it's a men's issue, it's a national issue. And all of us, the men in this chamber in particular, have a real challenge to rise to. Now, Madam Speaker, as you may recall, this was a subject that was extensively dealt with at COAG earlier this year. A COAG task force has been established, chaired by the Victorian Police Commissioner, Ken Lay, and deputy chaired by the Australian of the Year, Rosie Batty, to look at this issue generally, but in particular to look at the issue of a national domestic violence order which will protect women everywhere in our country once it's issued. And yes, Madam Speaker, there's $100 million on the second action plan against violence, against domestic violence. There's $30 million available for a further awareness-raising campaign on this. And I have to say that there will be money available to respond to the recommendations of the Ken Lay Rosie Batty Committee. Yes, it is about money, but above all, it's about values. It's about a change of heart. It's about men saying that we must always do the decent thing. If someone is weaker than us, if someone is more vulnerable than us, it is our duty to be a protector, not a persecutor. So, Madam Speaker, that is the resolution that all of us must make, and towards that resolution I'm only too happy to continue working with the Leader of the Opposition and other members of this parliament.